Good afternoon. We're heading off to Ricky. We're leaving the minions in charge.
Welcome to another episode of Toby Stupid Vlog.
There they are. You know you're in good hands. Sunny Amersham. Haven't been here since November, I guess. Same restaurant, different birthday.
Knocks you out, doesn't it, having Sunday lunch, really? It's no good for you, you know.
That's just a married woman's cottage. Yeah. That's right, now let me get myself covered.
Are you giving up?
That's where,
Hello.
that's your bed.
Hello. Hello.
No, it's green.
It's green.
Yeah. But they're dark. This looks black.
Oh look, I found a Nexus. This could be exciting. Yeah, you. Hello. It's a Monday afternoon. It's a pretty beautiful day actually. It's cleared up. The sun's come out. It's obviously very low still, what with it being January. So I'm going for a quick walk to make the most of it. It's quite mild. It's very pleasant. Now this week, Crystal is cat sitting in Sutton. So it's just me looking after myself, which is, you know, deemed a failure, but we'll give it a go. And I've got a few bits and bobs on this week. Going to catch up with a friend of mine tomorrow, and then Global again on Friday, obviously, and then RHP restarts. All of the housing malarkey restarts on Thursday, so that should be good. I've got plenty of things to occupy myself, not least the lovely weather. So I'm going to make the most of it. So that was a very large laurel bush, which is, I don't know, being kidnapped by aliens or removed by Kew Gardens. And I'm just going to check whether the laurel bushes through here are still present or whether they're doing a bit of a clear out. Looks like they're still there. Curious. Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. I'm having that. Which day is which? Problem at the moment. So tomorrow is return to RHP for various talks about the Mayor's funding of new housing and whatnot. Friday is Global Day, obviously, and today it's been a little bit grey and a bit miserable, to be honest. So I'm trying to do some work on the show reel and do some admin-y things, the kind of boring things that these days are made for. So I thought I'd better get out before the sun sets. But the weather's a bit changeable, so I'm not quite sure whether A, I'll make it to Kew before they close the gates, and B, whether it will rain on me. Well, if you only leave yourself 35 minutes to get from my flat to Brentford Gate, it takes 34 minutes and 50 seconds, just so you know. I couldn't have cut that any finer. Literally, their little computers clock off. And I had 10 seconds left. Whew. I had to jog the last bit as well. Only the last 100 metres or so. Anyway, Kew Gardens. I'm sure you might have seen it before somewhere, maybe here on this vlog. So daffodils are up everywhere, which is a little bit early and a little worrying if the snow does eventually come, because there won't be any daffodils because they'll all be dead. But yeah, they're up and they'll probably be in bloom. The rate things are going in about 3 weeks, which is alarmingly early. Because it'll only be the middle of Feb, and it usually takes until at least March. Anyway, not my problem, daffodil's problem. I'm going to make the most of the half an hour I have before the garden's closed by walking really, really slowly. That appears to be the first blossom of the year. January, good. Can't see this going wrong in any sense. In fact, some of the buds of flowers under the holly bushes over there, I'm not quite sure what they are, some form of crocus, have already opened, so spring's begun. Winter is over officially. the end of winter. It only lasted a month, but that was far too much, and it's spring, so may I be the first person to say happy spring. If I needed anything to vindicate my decision to come out this afternoon, then I would say this is it. It's number 2 in our history of stupid coloured cars. Hi there, check out my new toy. I have an iPad Air. Isn't that nice? And slightly ridiculous, seeing as I have 2 Nexuses. Yes, and a lot of dairy milk. But I have 2 tablets, so a reasonable question would be, why have I got an iPad? And the answer would be that it's not mine. I mean, it is mine, but I don't own it. It's part of my digital board papers now. So instead of getting board papers, these massive, thick 300-page wedges that get hand-delivered by a bloke in a Sierra, it all now comes digitally. So we get an iPad Air out of the deal, which is great. Who doesn't want 3 tablets? But yeah, I thought when they said they're going to give us an iPad, I thought fair enough, they'll get us an iPad too. Because you can still buy them and they're cheap. But no, brand new iPads, so awesome, I guess. So that's fun. So I'm getting to grips with that. The thing that surprises me about the iPad still is that there are still quite a lot of quirky little differences between it and the iPhone, despite the fact that it's the same operating system. Just little things that just think a bit odd. Like there's no calculator built in, for example, in that doesn't come as a standard app. The way that Siri is set up by default, it doesn't seem to download the high quality audio. You have to do that manually, or let it back up. And there's just a few other things, obviously, because the home screen reorientates and it doesn't on the iPhone. When you set up the wallpapers, you have to take into account the fact that they might be displayed in landscape, and it doesn't show you how they'll be displayed in landscape when you do the setup, which is something that Android does. So there we go, 1 point to Android on that one. But my personal opinion still is that if you want to buy a tablet, you should buy an Android one. Better value for money. Shiny and lovely though the iPad is, definitely a fantastic piece of hardware. It's not worth it for the amount of money you have to pay extra. So there we go. Shock.
Details tonight from 7. Right, coming up, another round of Who's on Heart and music from Maroon 5 and Ollie Murs.
That is how you do radio, kids.
That is how you do radio.
So then, that's another week over with. Just a bit of global silliness there at the end. It was very painless, actually, today, despite all my protestations about, it being just generally giving me a headache and whatnot. It was fine. And that's partly because it's kind of not my problem once everyone's agreed that it's fine. Nobody rings me, nothing happens, and then I just go back in the next week. It's wonderful, really. It's the work without the responsibility. Anyway, so thanks for watching this week. Next week, Crystal's back for a start. She's coming back tomorrow. And we'll try and get back to some semblance of normality, although the weather doesn't look too good.